Oh man, we live, man. I gotta leave the green room. Let me hurry up and get out here. All right, yo, what's up, everybody? We are back. We are live once again, man. It is Brown and Balance Day. It's the best day of the week, best day of the month, best days of the year. Actually, for me personally, I get to hang out with all of you. I get to hang out with a lot of my friends. I get to talk to people that I know and I get to know them better. I get to talk to people I don't know and become new friends. So this is a great thing, man. So before we get started, this is your humble, gracious host, Josh Davis, aka Mr. Mixologist, aka the founder of Brown and Balance. I want to welcome everybody today to the chat. We have a very special one today, man. We have two returning guests. We have a brand new cast, man. We really heavy in the South today, man. That's South with an F. Understand that, man. We got a lot of heavy hitters, man, from the southern part of our country, man, in there today. But before we really get too deep into everything, I got a couple of announcements. Y'all already know how I started off, man, every week, every time, man. Rest in peace, Ahmaud Arbery. Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. Rest in peace to George Floyd and everyone else we've lost over the years, man. Y'all see the hat, you know what I mean? So we need to do something about systemic racism. So rest in peace to everyone that we've lost that I didn't name because they're just as important as those notable names that we did lose in this past year. Also, man, on a personal note, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the South Side, man. Rest in peace to King Von, man. As an aspiring Chicago rapper, man. He got killed last night in Atlanta. Don't really know too many details, man. But as someone who was a fan and someone who was a couple times removed friend, I know some people that know some people that he knows some people. Definitely want to send my condolences to him and his family. We're losing too many young black men at a very high rate, man, due to senseless violence, man. So please, y'all, put the guns down. Let's figure out a way to talk it out, man, and get things going. So on a somber note, we start off that way, but on a higher note, y'all got out and voted. I love it. We've been talking about voting since episode 1 of Brown and Balance Live. When I go live on Instagram, we've been talking about voting. Y'all showed out, man. Y'all really showed out, man. I haven't watched a whole lot of the election stuff, man, because I just didn't want to fill my head with all that. I'm trying to stay busy, man. Shout out to Lush Life for the election day, videos that were done. It was a beautiful thing. I was able to come on and speak as a first-time voter this year. It was a wonderful thing, man. Shout out to Black women. And I'm going to just leave that there, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Black women, y'all holding down the country, man. Stacey Abrams has flipped an entire state. Shout out to y'all, man, for really being the backbone and the strength of our community. We, and I'm including myself in that, got to do a better job of protecting and loving on y'all, man. So everybody, if you're out there today, your Cash App a Black woman, Venmo a Black woman, hug a Black woman, pay for us some lunch, do something, because Black women have literally turn the whole election around, man. So shout out to y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And I'm going to make sure myself personally, I don't want to speak for any of my other brothers, but I know a lot of them feel the same exact way I do, man. We got to hold y'all down better, and we will definitely do that. So, love y'all. Thank y'all. With that, I got 4 super dope Black women that are going to be on today. So y'all stay tuned for that. So with all that done, we got to get into what I always tell y'all, right? Campari. Follow Campari Community. It's on IG. It's super easy to do. Y'all be on IG anyway, right? Y'all be, in the bathroom scrolling, at work when it's slow scrolling, if you're still at work. Just pop in, follow Campari Community real quick. Hit the mailing list. The link is in their bio. Somebody's going to probably drop it in the comments. Hit the mailing list. Sign up. I got this really nice hoodie that I only wear on Brown and Balance Fridays, because Campari looked out for me and did it. A few of us got this hoodie around here. We look like a musical group, you know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing. So please, by all means, y'all do it for me. Follow in. So without that being said, man, let me get out the way, man. Let me not take up a Black woman's time. We're going to start very first. We're going to go to our first guest today, Miss Keyatta Mincey-Parker, fresh off of the trip, out there doing a thing with her husband. Y'all doing y'all thing, having fun. She tagged me in something on Facebook. We ain't gonna talk about that right now, because me and Keyatta are always arguing about one particular thing. We don't gotta do it. We like twins today with our hoodies on. So I'm gonna keep
Just saying.
Hey, and you're in Atlanta, and all the Black women in Atlanta holding it down. So Better Cribs and Gardens. This is our first segment today. It's a returning segment, and Keyatta's going to give us some more tips and tricks and maybe a few little things in the garden that we don't know what's going on. Maybe we'll check it out. So I'm going to get out the way, and the floor is yours, dear.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you, too, even though your musical taste isn't, whatever.
Don't do that. You know what? Okay, I was going to be nice, but you know what? I'm going to not be petty today, but I love you. I'm going to enjoy myself in this delicious Campari and soda, actually honeysuckle soda water.
Ooh.
And a nice little garnish from my garden. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Look at that. Look at that.
Hey, nice.
Oh, yeah. All right, let me drink this while we talk. So today, first time we're here, we kind of got an intro of who I am. Hi, I'm Keyatta Mincey-Parker. I'm a Liberian American bartender based in Atlanta, Georgia. I recently started a nonprofit garden for bartenders. Beautiful, and that's actually where we are today. So I kind of gave everybody that and how to kind of introduce yourself into, gardening, if that's where you want to go. And it's a really relaxing and great thing to go into. So today, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that's still here because we're in fall, almost winter. It's November. And I want to show y'all a couple of things here that are interesting. I do have my cocktail, so I have somebody else here. But I want to show y'all a couple of things I was thinking we could do. Now, Georgia is, as far as zones, Georgia is zone 7B, 8A. And what the zone really is more of an opportunity to see how cold you get when you get cold. And it's a growing tool. Oh, here's my garden manager, Rory. Say hi.
Hi.
She's my right hand. She's my right hand. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to take a quick tour, and I'm going to show you a few things. And then we're going to talk about it.
Word. It's like the MTV Cribs version of the garden. I like it.
You know what? Yes, that's exactly it. That is exactly what we're doing. All right. Can we see that?
Yep.
All right. So these are pineapple sage. It's a really light and delicate herb, and the flowers are in bloom right now, and you can actually make tea out of that. You can also do syrups, and you can actually use the leaves as well. So that's one. We also have an abundance of sage. Sage is a beautiful herb. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Deeply rooted. Oh, it's delicious. Now I'm going to take you to one of the jewels in the garden. This is the children's side. This is where the kids kind of hang out. Their parents don't have to worry because everything here is totally edible. But the jewel over here is this amazing persimmon tree.
Oh, nice.
Persimmons are in season right now. It's a beautiful Asian fruit, and it tastes like something I can't really describe, but it's really beautiful. The leaves are great colors as well. And you can totally use them as garnishes. So, I know you're thinking, so what? What are you going to do with those things?
Mm-hmm.
You can combine flavors. You can work with what you have, and you don't have to be married to fruits or herbs. You can take it on the vegetable note. So, let's check out peppers. Beautiful. Now, this is a really interesting class. These are Brazilian starfish. They look like little stars, right?
Right.
They're almost a sweet heat. It's really interesting. Plenty of peppers. And peppers are perennial, so they're going to come back next year. But I'm taking this detour to bring y'all to this beautiful celery.
Oh, wow.
It's baby celery. Like, look at it.
Wow.
So these are things you can still create with, but you don't have to be married to that either. You know why? Because we got flowers. Have some zinnias over here. Beautiful. And these are totally edible. So you can use them as garnishes. You can dye them. You can dry them. You can infuse them with your spirits. I know it'll go good with some Sky vodka.
Nice plug. Nice
Marigolds.
plug.
You know, I'll be trying.
I hear you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So those are the key things right now that are still growing, and they're going to keep growing until we shut the garden down on, say, December 15th. Let me switch this back to me and my drink.
Got to flip around. We good?
I don't know. There we go. Yes. But yeah, that's what we have going on right now. But you don't have to sit here and just cook the things you grow. You can infuse them in oils, vinegars. You can freeze them. You can dehydrate them. Don't feel like you can only eat your stuff. Okay. You can drink it too.
Hey, that's what we do. That's the most important thing, that we can drink it too. How's the climate to come off of the garden just a little bit? How's the climate in Atlanta right now? How's everything going down there for you guys? I mean, it's been a wild ride of a week, yo.
Man, Atlanta has been a hot pot of emotion, excitement, fear of disappointment. It's just been a lot happening, but we are really, everybody's actually hopeful, you know, because I honestly I didn't think we'd be able to flip this. I didn't think we'd even come anywhere this close. I didn't. I really didn't. And it's giving me hope, and I feel good.
Black women, man, y'all are magical. It's just what it is. Like, I feel like, you know, today was ironic that it was so many dope, smart, talented, amazing Black women on the show. And then what's happened this week just confirmed that I think I'm Nostradamus. I think I knew, you know, Black women hold the whole country down real quick. So why not have some of the dopest that I know come on and spread their magic on here as well? So I appreciate you for real. Like,
thank you. It's good to hear. It's so good to hear. You get labeled so much. Oh, this angry Black woman, this such and such Black woman. Like, you never hear the good about you, and it's really good to hear. So, I mean, some of us are good, some of us aren't, but you know, most of us are good-hearted people.
But you know what, though? We just got to appreciate y'all for what y'all are, man. Y'all have been the backbone of our community since the beginning of time, right? Since we came over, since we were brought, let me stop saying since we came over here, because we didn't come over here, we got brought over here. But since we got brought over here, y'all have been the backbone and holding us down. So I wanted to make sure I say I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you. Last
time you was in the garden, you had some tips, man. What's some more tips and tricks you would have for somebody like myself that don't know nothing about gardening?
So, first tip, the more you prune something back, the more it's going to grow. So don't be scared to cut stuff when it's growing, or don't be scared to eat off or to use whatever you're growing. It's not there for just decoration. Let's see. Number 2, if you mess something up, it's okay. Like, I can't stress that enough. So many people get so upset when they cut something back too far, or they, you know, everything for the most part is fixable. If you can get it back in the earth and let those roots connect, you're good. So don't feel like you're a failure. And I've had a lot of fails, I swear. And also, I mean, don't be afraid to taste and try new things, man. This is what this is about. This is the beauty of being a cocktail artist, a bartender, whatever we're calling ourselves right now. You know, I'm old school. I'm a bartender. All those fancy words be getting me confused. I don't do all the fancy words, but I say that to say, taste what you have. You know, I never would have thought persimmon and sage would be beautiful together until I tried it. I did, and it is. You know, just take the chance. And if it doesn't taste good, you know, toss it. Do it again.
Word. All right. Yeah. I like that. Well, we appreciate you taking us on a tour through the garden, man. Now that y'all are Blue State, I can really come to Atlanta and hang out and do what I do.
Bro, calm down. We're having a party here.
See, me and you haven't hung out down Toki and Tiff and everybody else. Me and you haven't had a chance to hang out in the AC.
It's okay.
It's soon though, because I got to come celebrate, man. I got to come celebrate down there, man, with what's going on. So,
oh no, we having a turn blue party here. We're gonna have a turn blue party in the garden.
Let's do it. Let's turn up. I'm coming. There it is. Then y'all heard it. It's live on Brown and Balance. Keyatta is throwing a turning blue party. And blue drinks for everybody. That's what we're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Blue
Absolutely.
drink, blue Campari drinks for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yes.
we're gonna do. So yo, thank you. You want to let before we get moved to our next segment, you want to let the people know how to find you if they haven't already, which I don't understand why they wouldn't. But if they haven't followed you and looked you up yet, tell the folks how to find you.
Absolutely. You guys can find me on Instagram either under Pictures and Cocktails, which is my personal brand, or A Sip of Paradise Garden, which is the garden. But I am fully connected and vested in both. They are my life's work. And follow me, Instagram, the Facebook. The TikTok scares me, so I'm not on TikTok. I don't understand TikTok, so I'm not on that one.
Shout out to Janae. Have you seen Janae's TikToks? Her cocktail.
Didn't I just say I ain't know nothing about TikTok? But
I
love her. I love her. She's awesome.
So all those videos. See, I only have TikTok because I monitor my kids. So the little two, they both have TikToks, and that's all they want to do all day long. So I only have it to monitor theirs. But I'm watching Janae. Shout out to her, another Brown and Balance alumni. She's been doing some really dope cocktail videos on TikTok that are really fun. She posts them on her Facebook, so you can watch them on there. Just check out her page. It is hilarious. Some of the videos. The one she did this morning was great. So maybe that's something, she's kind of spearheading that. We all need to look into TikTok. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Okay. Yeah. If Youngblood's doing it, I might have to, check it out.
Yeah, do some TikTok gardening. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
that'll be fun.
Well, look, thank you, Keyatta. We appreciate you taking us on the tour. Like I said, I can't wait to get in the position where I can come down and hang out with you guys. It's been way too long. Again, y'all, this is a dope black woman. Even though she's married, it's okay. Cash out with some lunch. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You know what I mean? Show her y'all appreciate her, man. I love you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. You know what I mean? We're going to move on to our next segment after we get – and I'm going to play that song on the post show, but don't worry about it. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Don't fight with me.
I got to throw that last shot in real quick. All right, guys. So that was our first segment, man. That was Better Cribs and Gardening. We brought Keyatta back. I'm really enjoying her segments. I don't know anything about gardening, guys. Like, I have no idea. I do not have a green thumb. I just remember being young and my mama saying, "Get the weeds out." That's all I knew. That's it. That's all I knew. So I appreciate her for taking us on that. That is a really dope thing that she's doing down in Atlanta, guys. Please, by all means, follow A Sip of Paradise and check out her garden, man. It's the way the world is, the things we've been going through in the world, right? Like, gardening and growing your own food is not a bad thing to start learning how to do because, see what this year has brought. We don't know if it's going to ever happen again. We don't know if this is ever going to go away. So it's definitely a skill that we should all look into. So by all means, y'all check out Keyatta, man, the work she's doing down there, man. Super dope, super amazing. I've been following it from afar from a while. So, I co-sign her for real. All right. So, before we move to our next segment, hey, y'all, Campari community, y'all already know I do this every time. So y'all should know it's coming before it's coming. You know what I mean? Campari community, in the comments, the link to sign up on the Campari mailing list. Boom, Brittany Leach did it right there. It just popped up on the screen. Yo, all y'all got to do is click it. Just click it. It takes 15 seconds. Yo, click it, fill out the info. Man, it's going to change your everyday, man. You never know you need something until you get it, right? So if you don't have it and then you get it and you're like, ooh, I can use this. That's what Campari does, man. Campari, shout out to them, man. Shout out to the whole team over there. Everybody over at Campari, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all continued partnership. And this is my way of saying, hey, guys, they love us. Let's love on them back, all right? So before we move to our next segment, we got another returning guest, another dope, amazing black woman. I got to do some push-ups real quick before she come on. Actually, I'm going to do them while she's on. So, Christina, you in there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to have to do some you know what I mean, while I'm in here real quick, let me get my, you know what I mean? First of all, Queen, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. This has turned into the Black Woman Appreciation episode. So thank you for everything that you do for all of us.
You make me want to cry. Like, seriously, that is so sweet of you to say.
Hey, you know what it is? I'm learning. I don't say it enough, right? So, with the climate, and like I said, y'all held us down through this whole crazy week when I was trying to move to Canada.
What? I was like, can I go to Portugal, please? Because
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, let me just, Canada's only a few hours away if I drive to Detroit. You know what I mean? So, let me come up with an exit plan, man, or something. So y'all held us down, man, all over the news, all over this, everywhere, man. So I just thank you.
You are so welcome. We're all doing this together, and I'm starting to feel like, okay, we're good. We're gonna be good. We just have to keep going regardless, and just hope for the best and just support each other. To be honest, I think just keep going and support each other.
Yeah.
But I mean,
absolutely. So everybody.
Did you stop breathing?
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties.
Uh-oh. Right, live TV, y'all. Live TV. This is what happens, man. I'm gonna hit the producer in the back. Are you back?
Yeah. You good? I see you.
I see me. Christina, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everyone is good. Let's do it.
All right. So everybody who doesn't know that Christina was on before, she is our workout guru. She is in way better shape than probably 98% of us. She's gonna come back with some really dope tips and tricks to help you guys get healthier and be healthier behind the bar. So I'm gonna get out the way, and the floor is yours, dear.
Thank you. Okay, so last month, thank you again for having me. Last month, I did talk about my background as a personal trainer, and I'm becoming a future registered dietitian. So I've been working really hard on learning how to be healthy and understand how our body functions with food. So we all know it's going to be a stressful time right now as bartenders in the hospitality industry. I know things aren't normal, but normally this is like grind time. You are getting your money. You're working doubles like there's no other because of holidays and private parties. So the one thing we really want to focus on, so you're not getting sick, you're increasing your immunity, is eating well, eating as best as you possibly can. I mean, I've been on those doubles where you're like, I can't function. There's no way I'm closing the bar tonight at 2 a.m. and getting up at 8 o'clock for brunch. Like, it's absolutely insane. So I feel y'all. So here are a few suggestions for you, whether you're behind the bar or you're on the other side of the bar. Okay, vitamin C. Get as much as you possibly can. And we're all at the bar, and what do most of our cocktails have? Lemon, lime, some type of citrus. And it's winter, so citrus is coming in season, so you're going to see it a lot more. So, suggestion, when you are drinking your water, which you definitely want to hydrate in the winter, we all realize like our skin gets dry and we're just always thirsty. Add lemon juice or lime juice to your water. All you really need is like 2 tablespoons, and that's your daily consumption that you need, the recommended allowance for vitamin C. Probably didn't know that, huh? Also, what I used to do at my bar, when we were done peeling the oranges for like Negronis and all of our other cocktails, I would eat the orange. So I would have a whole orange as a snack instead of throwing it away. Yeah. So I used to do that because all they would do is throw it away. They don't like squeeze the oranges or anything like that. So try not to waste when we're using our garnishes. We did do lime juice and lemon juice fresh squeeze. So when we were done peeling the lemons and limes, we did recycle those. But even if you're not, if they don't do that at your bar, cut up that peeled lemon or lime, put it in some water and sip on it throughout your shift. Another one, speaking of hydration, this is the best way I can say when you're behind the bar to hydrate is to just have a water bottle. It gives you a sense of a goal. Like you fill this water bottle up, you're like, okay, so at least through my 8-hour shift, 10, 12-hour shift, I can at least get 2 of these in. So then you at least know you're drinking water. Because I know we can definitely get busy. And plus this one's my favorite one. So this is a swell. This one has the top that's like suctioned. So you know nothing is going to fall in. And if it does drop behind the bar, it's stainless steel. So nothing happens to it. So this is like one of my favorite water bottles. So yeah, definitely hydrate, guys. Another vitamin that we all need, it's like 90% of the population is deficient in vitamin D. And it sucks. When we're working those doubles, we most of the time don't get a break or we don't see the sun. Vitamin D comes from the sun. So, suggestion, when you do get your 15-minute break, knowing us, none of us got more than 15 minutes, try to get outside if you can, just to soak in some fresh air, some sunlight, because it is important. And now last weekend we had our time changed, so now it definitely gets darker faster. Try and do that. It will definitely benefit you. Another suggestion, vitamin D supplements. In the wintertime, I take these because when I was in school, or I'd be at work during the day and then I had to do homework at night, I didn't get outside either. Vitamin D helps with exhaustion. Vitamin D and vitamin C work together. So we need to increase the immunity because of the flu season and because of what we're dealing with at this current moment. And it's probably not going away anytime soon. So you want to stay healthy while you're working all those hours because you want to make them tips, right? I know that's why I do. One that I know is very difficult. Another suggestion is try to get as much rest as you can. I know it's difficult when I know, right? I was like, I don't even remember like weekends because I always work weekends and I'd be like, I don't even think I got 6 hours within Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. But I know most of us, like I actually get exhausted at night, but most of my fellow bartender friends and servers, they would be like, I'm going out because I'm just wired. I mean, I know we all want to like release stress and stuff like that and talk about what that guest said or did. But try to just lie down horizontal. When you go home, when you do that, your body actually you're signaling your body that I'm tired and it will shut you down. So I say like lie down, count to 100 backwards, and then hopefully you'll get 4 hours of sleep so you're ready for brunch the next day.
I went to public school, so yeah, it'll take me 4 hours to do it. I went to public school, so I got you. Yeah.
Because I mean it's rough, man. I don't think my partner at the time was like, y'all work hard. And I'm like, yeah, man, this is not a joke. We really do work hard. Our bodies take a hit in the hospitality industry. So those are just things that I had to figure out how I needed to function at my best, especially during the holiday season, because it was just insane. I worked every day most of the time.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. Wow. Okay.
So no push-ups needed. Just increase your immunity with vitamin C, vitamin D3. That's the active form. That's what you need as a supplement. And then hydrate and try to get as much rest as you can.
Good. All right. There it is. Hydrate, stay moisturized, all the other good stuff. You know what I mean?
Cocoa butter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta stay nice and soft, you know what I'm saying? Also, our producers hit me up. And as a side note, vitamin D deficiency is also associated with cases of COVID. So while that's still a very real thing, don't y'all think it's not a real thing out in these streets. COVID is still out there waiting around that corner to come get you. So
yeah, vitamin D and vitamin C help with your immunity. So they work together. They're like brother and sister. So having one. Yeah. So vitamin D3 is the active form. So that's the supplement. But if you're because when you're outside in the sun, your body is activated. So it will turn into D3. So yeah, vitamin D3.
Word. Okay.
And I just use drops. Like I think this is it's a natural mint flavored liquid formula. So I just put that in water, or I'll just take 2 drops and call it a day.
Word.
Yeah.
You do it multiple times or just once a day? Or
No, you don't need a lot. Just once a day. Yeah, definitely. And it helps with it's good moods. Like it helps with depression, things like that, because that's what happens in the wintertime. We don't get a lot of sun. So the depression rate actually goes up in the winter because we stay inside and we're not getting as much vitamin D. Right.
That just means we need to move from these metropolitan cities and go in the south so we can get the little sun in the winter.
My friend lives in Maui and she's the happiest she's ever been. And I'm about to be like, honey, can I stay in your
Can we all stay there for a couple of days?
Right.
I don't mind. You gave me a really great workout tip about the circuit work last time. I've seen the difference. Do you have any other just random workout tips for anybody out there that's trying to work out? I was talking with a friend of mine. She's a lady. I don't know if you weight train, but she was scared of weight training because she was like, well, I don't want to look like a man. I was like, well, that weight training doesn't do that to women. I mean, to me, as far as I've seen, but you know more than I would. There's some tips and tricks you can give to the ladies as far as weight training goes.
Ladies, number one, you will not look like a man if you lift weights. That is a promise. We have so much estrogen in us that requires us to have a fat on our bodies. So unless you're taking supplements, then you will not look like a man. Using 10-pound dumbbells when you train can just add some resistance and will help build muscle, but there's no way you're going to come out looking like Hulk Hogan. I can promise you that.
Thank you. Because I had someone that she was really like, we were in the gym, we was talking, and she was just like, well, I don't want to look like you. I was like, no, you're not going to look like me. I don't want to look like me right now. That's why I'm in the gym. So, so I'm like, but she's like, well, I don't want to look like a guy. I don't want to lift. I was like, well, I don't think you should lift as heavy as I am because we're trying to do two different things.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
100%.
Okay.
Now, so just adding small weights with a lot of reps, you won't bulk up. There's no way that you could possibly bulk up. The way our bodies are created, it just doesn't happen that way. Now, if you want to go out and start, curling 45-pound dumbbells, honey, yeah, it could happen, But
right.
Yeah, you definitely have to be on a strict regimen for your body to start creating that kind of muscle and taking supplements. So it would take a lot of time for her to do that. So
thank you.
Don't be afraid of the weights. Don't be afraid.
And thank you for debunking that myth, so I can in this on camera, so I can say, look, it's not me saying it. She does this. She looks better than all of us, and she does this. This is, she's saying it's not true. So, Christina, thank you for coming back again.
You're welcome, love.
Appreciate you. Again, this is now the Black Woman Appreciation episode. We love you. Thank you. Stay safe. I know you up there in DC by the trap house.
I'm staying in the house. I have not.
Please
I'm like,
stay in the house.
I don't know. We all didn't know what was happening, and I hear sirens a lot. But I'm like, I'm keeping my butt in the house.
Please stay in the house and stay safe. You know what I mean? Like, because it's gonna be an ugly battle for these next few weeks. I can't wait to watch them. I hope somebody throw them out like Uncle Phil used to throw Jazz out on Fresh Prince.
Oh crap!
I hope that happens. Yeah, I really hope that happens. I would love to see that. But stay safe, man. But again, we appreciate you. We love you. We're here for you. Anything you ever need, I'm a phone call away, y'all. Somebody cash app Christina or Venmo her some lunch or get her nails done or something today,
you're so sweet. No.
Show a Black woman you love them today, y'all, man, because we've been on their backs for way too long. So please show a Black woman you love them today.
Oh, and follow me at It's a Healthy Haven, where I have all of my healthy suggestions. DM me if you have personal questions, because all of our bodies are different, but our bodies love us and they want us to succeed. So continue to conquer, y'all.
Word. All right, now we have it, yo. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate you again. All right, y'all. So that was our second segment, man. That was, we went from the garden to health. You see how that kind of played together? You go from vegetables to working out. It kind of goes hand in hand, right? So, I'm not even going to hit y'all what I normally do this time, but I am going to say, again, thank you to Campari. My relationship with them, it started a long time ago. I've had a long relationship with Campari, but our working relationship with Campari, Lush Life, myself with Brown and Balance, we all came together around Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a very important day in the country. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, I'm just going to be real with y'all. I ain't finna educate nobody else on what Juneteenth is. Myself, along with our really dope creative designer, Kasira Hill, created a document about Juneteenth with education, with resources, with things you have. By all means, you can hit my bio at Brown and Balanced on Instagram, and you can check out the document. I'm not going to tell y'all. Read it. After you read it, if you still got questions, come talk to me. Then we can talk about it. All right. There it is. pdxcw.com/Juneteenth. Check it out. You'll see my face, a few other familiar faces that you guys have seen on here. You'll see them all in that document. So please, by all means, check it out. Read it, download it, share it with your friends, share it with your family members, and then we can talk about it after that. All right. But our relationship started around that time really heavily. But we got into things like this. That day, we brought together a lot of the more notable, even though not everybody was able to be on the call, but some of the more notable Black movements around the country. We had the Chocolate City's Best. We had Black Bourbon Society, Brown and Balance, of course, Causing a Stir, Radical Exchange. We had everybody come on. But really special for me was two young ladies in South Carolina that I met a few years ago throughout the internet. And we met the Cocktail Bandits. So we're going to bring them on real quick, and we're gonna talk to them. Y'all, real talk. When y'all hear this intro, it's the coolest. See, I almost cursed. I almost did, but I'm not gonna do it this time. But the intro is the coolest thing I ever heard. I gotta figure out how to get myself one. But I'm gonna get out of the way and let them introduce themselves. Johnny and Tanika, take it away.
Oh man, what an awesome introduction there, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. It's just too much.
Love a Black woman today. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Well, we appreciate being here today, and we appreciate the opportunity to hop on your platform again. Shout outs to you guys at Brown and Balance and Campari for the opportunity.
I'm Johnny Caldwell.
And I'm Tanika Reeves.
And we are the Cocktail Bandits,
your curly ladies who are talking brown and balanced today.
And we are drinking, of course, a little Aperol Spritz this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Good. Great.
So what's been going on since
right now? Aperol, so we need some more product.
What's been going on since Juneteenth? What y'all been up to?
We've been up to a lot. We've been having some tough conversations with some of the brands we work with, some of our local partners, just to make sure that the conversation on diversity and inclusion hasn't stopped. We have had a mission to create and encourage a more diverse food and beverage market since the beginning of Cocktail Bandits. So this has really been a time for us to stand up and say, okay, you guys see now what we're saying, and now is the time to put some initiatives in place to be able to market to minorities and also engage diverse audiences into your brand, into your restaurants.
Absolutely. And I feel like during this time of this pandemic, we've really been able to hone in on really what works for our business. When you're starting something like a Cocktail Bandits or Brown and Balance, you're really just trying to say yes to everything and figure out what works for you and what doesn't work. So it's been a blessing to sit down a little bit and just really observe what's benefiting us, what's benefiting our brand, and what's benefiting our community.
Word. Dope. Yeah, I think we've all had that moment of reflection. That's kind of where this idea came from. The IG Live happy hours came from. All of that kind of stemmed from having this moment to finally, we're not traveling, we're not on the road, we're not hitting all these conferences, we're not doing all this work. We really can just sit down and just kind of evaluate, where we want to go and how we want to get there moving forward. So since you guys have been doing that, while we've been locked down, what you guys got coming up? Like what's coming on the horizon that you can share? I don't want you to have to share too much because I like being surprised by all the amazing things you ladies do. So what y'all got, coming up on the horizon that we're gonna see soon?
Well, we've really taken advantage of virtual engagements. Like this whole interaction right now is just so refreshing because, like you said, we're not able to travel and go to those conferences. So just to be able to connect with people and engage them and see faces has been awesome. So we've been doing a lot of virtual mixology classes, education courses, engaging, lawyers and people in residential communities on how they can entertain their families during the holiday, because it's going to be a different holiday season for us too. So we can kind of give people some hope and inspiration on how they can do that this holiday.
And also bringing a sense of lightheartedness. Everything is so serious right now. Everything is so impactful, and just having to absorb all of these feelings, we like to be able to deliver a product that is more lighthearted and just something fun for community to get together and just let go, because we don't have a lot of spaces like that at this time.
Yeah, everything is political.
Absolutely.
Everything is political. So we try to have something that, like Tanika says, lighthearted, that you can just let your hair down, enjoy an amazing cocktail. That always makes me feel better to have something delicious in my hand to drink. So just trying to give people something to be inspired about during this time. Yeah.
Word. I love it. Hey, real quick, since I see y'all got the book there, are we going to get a part 2?
Oh man, don't do that, John.
I'm just saying,
We're still promoting our book. It's still something that, you know how some of those artists have their album that comes out and doesn't break that platinum until 2 or 3 years later. So we're still pushing our book. We still think that our book has a whole lot more ground to cover. Being the first African American woman to write a book of this kind, we still want to push it and promote the fact that people of color have been a part of this industry since the very beginning, since inception, and just putting some names and some faces to that movement.
And we have some upcoming projects that won't be a book per se, but it's a continual of the book. So it'll be bigger than just Charleston. We're talking about South Carolina. We're talking about the Low Country. We're talking about the South. So it's just a small buildup, but this is our base, our platform, our baby. And so we just want to show the love about our book as much as we can.
Word. Hey, well, look, everybody needs to. It's on Amazon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got my copy. I got mine upstairs, so I ain't. I got mine. But I need everybody to go on Amazon. Please order these young ladies' book. It's amazing. It's just amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if I give it away, you ain't got no reason to go get it. Go buy that book. Buy 2. Buy 1 for your mom and them. You know what I mean? Do all of that. So by all means, thank you, ladies, for that. With the climate of the week, y'all in South Carolina, and I know things didn't really go the way people wanted to go in South Carolina. Duke is back in office, man. How's the climate? How are y'all feeling? How are things going with you guys this week? It's been a real whirlwind of a week. You know what I mean? So how you guys coping and dealing with everything?
Well, we vote every election, so I feel like we always do our part. I mean, we're both political science majors from the College of Charleston, so we've been in this political world. We've been working with candidates. We've been doing all this stuff even before Cocktail Bandits. So we understand South Carolina politics, and we also understand that you have to be patient and steadfast on goals that you have going on. So we try to focus on what we can control, work on the things you can't control, and just try to be as positive and uplifting for your community as possible, because that's what's really important.
Word. Well, I appreciate y'all. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Johnny. My bad.
Yeah, I was just saying that we're in Charleston, and Charleston is very unique when you think about the South, when you think about South Carolina. Like, our city went blue, like, fully, so we, in our community in Charleston, we have a very creative, progressive, open-minded community. That's why we were able to thrive in this community, because how open and progressive it is. Had we been in a smaller town in South Carolina, that may not have been the case.
Or a bigger town somewhere else.
Right. So we definitely attached our brand to the Charleston brand and want to show people of color that Charleston is a place for not only a historical connection, but cultural experiences, culinary experiences. We still want to encourage you to come to the South to reclaim your ownership and your ties to our former enslaved African community and all that we contributed to this amazing country that we live in now. That voice is still being heard. We have so many amazing artists, talents, creatives coming out of the South. Like, you had Keyatta on here. I mean, we got so much pride, and it's only getting bigger as the audience grows and more eyes get put on the South.
Yeah, when you learn about, the history of hospitality and the history of service, it's all tied to the South. Like, it's all tied back here. So we want to claim that and empower ourselves and not look at it as a negative, because it's been looked at as a negative for so long.
Word. See, I appreciate that's why y'all are here. That's why I appreciate y'all, man. Because South Carolina and Charleston, y'all have it's a wild history. You know what I mean? For people that don't know the history, that goes on down there. Like, I've studied a little bit of it. I'm sure y'all can impart way more knowledge on it than I could. So we really need people to embrace that, because, again, hospitality is ingrained inside of all of us for generations on generations on generations. It's like when we were brought here, we were the bartenders, we were the chefs, we were the servers, we were the hosts, we were the hostesses, we were the valets, we were all of that. So it's almost ingrained. Like, I was talking with a friend, and it was like, we always entertain people at our homes. I'm pretty sure y'all always entertaining at the crib.
Yes.
Always. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just something with us that's what we do, because that's what we know, passed down, all the way back from our forefathers coming over here. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, I want to make this the Black Woman Appreciation. I love y'all. I love everything y'all do. Since we met, I love everything y'all have done. I've watched y'all from the beginning. Y'all have a dope movement. I'm here for you with anything you need. Somebody cash out the Cocktail Bandits or something. Get them some lunch. You know what I mean? Get them something to eat today. Give them their nails done, something. Do something.
Other things we want to plug too before we get off of here.
Please.
We definitely have the book, but we have more merchandise coming. We got some of these lovely shirts that people are going to be able to purchase so they can promote Cocktail Bandits where they are at in the world, as well as, you know, cocktail tools. So everyone has a proper bar set up at their home. We got some really nice things coming that people can purchase, because we really want to encourage people to have the proper tools. You know, every great craftsman has the proper tools to create their craft. So you need the proper jiggers and the muddlers and the strainers, all that good stuff. You can get that from Cocktail Bandits.
Word.
We also have some cocktail kits coming, so you can make some of our signature cocktails at home with all the ingredients that you need in them, and like mini versions of that. So we have that coming out soon. What else we got?
We have a new website.
That's right.
So we want you guys to go check out our new website. There you go, cocktailbandits.com. Hey, I love that. So yes, cocktailbandits.com. Please check us out. Leave your email. We're about to start doing a newsletter. I know it's one more thing, but we gotta get our lives back together now.
Yeah.
We gotta get back to business. So we're going to be doing that. Just really.
We're in the office space.
Yeah, we're in our new space right now.
So we're building out our studio so we can have more of these engagements live and virtually, bringing you some real entertainment, and also just to be in another creative space. We're in an art gallery where they have other artists. So we're just fully inspired by them and going to be collaborating with them as well. And people can come and see us at the gallery too.
Yes.
Word. Oh, I'm getting a flight. I'm coming down there, man. I'm going to get a flight. The world is enough to where I feel like I can get on the plane. So I'm coming out to see y'all. It's been too long anyway.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in person, Josh.
Absolutely. We got to turn up, man. I appreciate you all again. Thank y'all for catching us up, what y'all been doing since June. I can't wait to see everything that's coming on. Definitely going to order my shirt. So send me, one of y'all just text me the link so I can go ahead and buy me a shirt today.
Yes, sir.
All right. Cheers, ladies. Thank you. Man, it's been great, man. I know they all lit in the green room, and I'm not back there, but I know they having fun, man. All these amazing, dope people, man, especially all these amazing, beautiful Black women that are killing the game, man. I don't think I've said it enough today, but Black women really run the world, and I'm just going to leave it there. There's nothing else to say. So with that being said, everybody follow Campari Community. It's going to pop up on y'all screen. So if you haven't done it already, you can real quick do it and then come back by the time I bring our next guest on. Follow Campari Community, hit the mailing list, and please get involved. That's all I'm gonna say. Get involved. Campari has been a wonderful, wonderful partner and a wonderful advocate for everything that we're doing over here. So with that being said, we got two special guests. We have our featured bartender this week that's gonna be coming on later, but I'm really excited to bring our next guest on. Our next guest is someone who, like, it's funny, we've known each other without ever knowing each other. We have a lot of mutuals, and we have one very special mutual person in common that we both are really good friends with. And since we haven't had a chance to meet ever in person, but I've been watching this brother from afar, man, I want to bring my man, Chef John Hall, on real quick. And we can talk to my man real quick. What's up, Doc?
Hey, how we doing?
Man, it's crazy that we got to meet like this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. It's weird. It's like I'm meeting the OG, but over the phone. You know, I'm like, I was waiting for that one day I was coming in the shot. You know, like somebody let the doves out for me.
Oh yeah, hey, yeah.
Like let me in to come meet you, but you know, I'll take this for right now until we can meet in person.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, first of all, man, how you feeling today, brother? How you doing?
Man, feeling well. Just getting the restaurants ready for the weekend. You know, feeling hopeful, you know, for the next couple of days to come, you know, fingers crossed. But, you know, still trying to maintain some sort of sense of normalcy, but, you know, feeling positive.
Okay. Yeah. Same here, man. I'm feeling good about how the week's gone, man. So without further ado, man, it ain't on me right now. We about to twin it up real quick with the hoodie.
Let me get right. Let me get like you.
Yeah, they get you, you know what I mean? If y'all don't know, man, this brother, man, is amazing. I've been following his work for a long time, man. And I would love to hear your backstory, as I'm very sure everybody who's watching and tuning in would love to hear your backstory, you know, how you became the amazing chef that you are, man. So I'm going to get out the way, man, let you just do what you do, sir.
Well, even before I even go on to myself, shout out to College of Charleston in Chucktown. I went to Johnson & Wales in Charleston.
Oh, word.
So yeah, I lived in Charleston for a couple of years. So shout out to those ladies. Yeah, I used to live off of Sam Rittenberg. Yeah, I went to J Dub when it was in Charleston. So
Oh, word.
love that city. Great city culturally. Also, just from a food and beverage and hospitality, city is. I think it's one of the top in the country. So shout out to Charleston.
Word.
But so for myself, so yeah, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Started cooking in Atlanta. From Atlanta, went to Charleston, Johnson & Wells, and then Providence for hospitality management at Johnson & Wells. Worked at great restaurants. I went overseas in Europe to Luxembourg, 1-star Michelin. Chef won the Bocuse d'Or restaurant Lea Linzer in Luxembourg. From there back to Alabama to figure things out, what I'm going to do next. That took me to New York City, to where I was at Gramercy Tavern for almost 4 years. And from there to Per Se, Thomas Keller, and then to David Chang at Momofuku before.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, coming back home and starting Post Office Pies. We're a neighborhood pizzeria. The original store is in Avondale, which is a neighborhood that my grandparents lived in. Ironically enough, it's the same neighborhood I live in now. So that's the first location, and we just opened up the second one in Mountain Brook about 3 months ago.
Man, congrats on that, man.
So
Congrats.
that was kind of everything in a nutshell. I know I kind of just, I didn't, but let's ask away. Let's talk about.
Yeah, let's talk, man. With you, man, you I didn't even know that you was that well traveled, man. I've probably eaten some of your food in some places in New York and didn't know it was you. You know what I mean? With that being said, from New York back to the South, when I started Brown and Balance, it was because I didn't see a lot of representation of people that look like me. From the chef side of things, how do you feel the game is changing, progressing, regressing? Like, how do you feel it's moving forward as far as like black chefs becoming a prominent? I know a ton of them, but I don't hear them in those big circles. You know what I mean? Kind of like how bartenders are.
I feel what this generation is going in the direction they're headed is good. I hope that people start to take their value and their worth, as far as they can, really actually realizing how much value they hold. Mm-hmm. And make sure that you get equity and a stake in the game. It's great to say you're the head chef, but you know what? If you're not the owner, I'll get you out there and have another head chef in here tomorrow.
Exactly.
And, the awards and the accolades, they're great. But at the end of the day, like, you want that name on the bottom of your check to be your signature.
Absolutely. What would be some, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I would say, that notoriety that you have, like, take it and really craft it into a business sense and not let it just be notoriety. Mm-hmm. Because, like those awards you sit on the shelf and you don't have no job.
Exactly. They'll have another winner the next year.
And what you got?
Exactly. What would be some tips, man? So my son is interested in becoming a chef. My son, he's in college now, but he's interested in becoming a chef. What would be some tips and tricks you would give a young person that's interested in getting into that game? What would be to kind of give them a little diagram of where they can start?
I would just say starting to learn like the basics. Very typically in school are like classic, or even like just American cuisine. We still kind of go off of mother sauces. So it's like there's like 5 mother sauces, and like you see they're around us all the time, like tomato sauce. Like a gravy, which could be like a velouté, you know what I mean? Or bechamel, which is in like a mac and cheese, These are like basic sort of principles of sauce making for cooking. Learn about a chef's knife. Learn how to use it. Learn how to properly cut things. Work on, knife skills. Just even at a simple level, start to, and then I think the main thing is just repetition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's going to be, you know, bumps and failures, you know, but you have to keep trying at them. And it's a tough industry, but also too, the education, I think, is more or less what I'm talking about. Like, you could want to do, and it's good to do. And that's a great experience that you need to have to be good in it. But also too, the flip side is still having the knowledge base.
Word. Gotta have that foundation, man. Like,
Gotta have a foundation. Build a foundation, and from the foundation, you can go with whatever you want to do. But if you don't have a solid foundation, then, you know, you can get around to doing too much and not being, you know, centered.
Exactly. With everything being shut down, man, I see you guys still been open. So obviously you all have you had the same restrictions down there where you had to shut down for a little while, or have you been able to weather through?
The restaurant itself, well, the inside dining shut down for maybe about 8 months, 9 months. But we were never closed out a single day.
Word. That was my next question, was like, how have you guys been coping, you know, through everything?
It's really just been it's been a blessing, I think, for the industry that I'm in. Because we're pizza, we were already kind of built. We were built for COVID, essentially.
Right.
Yeah. So I think we just kind of really lucked up, was blessed, fortunate in that aspect, to be able to like maintain, to be able to just try to kind of like fight through it, you know, so to kind of just get through it. So, but inside dining, we've been doing it maybe like at the new store. We opened up with inside dining at 50%. Well, actually less than 50% capacity.
Okay.
And so just trying to kind of take it slow, but it's because, you know, nervous about the direction that things are going. You don't know which way the economy is going to swing. You don't want to furlough people again if you don't have to. But then it's hard to, you know, to get people to come in the door now too, because it's just with everything that's going on. So it's a little tough balance, but
Word.
You know, we're working through it. I think it's just great to have the opportunity to be able to deal with the issues. You know, I think about the other bars and restaurants, establishments, especially on the higher end, that don't have like necessarily the flexibility that we do. You know, like, you know, my heart definitely goes out to them, because even, you know, we talk about margins, and, you know, like, you're in the bar business, you know about margins, you know, like,
absolutely,
the margins already were difficult for some places then, so you put this on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, so to be able to even have to deal with these issues is still something, you know, fortunate.
Right.
You know,
well,
so,
look,
you know, we never try to take that for granted.
Yeah. Well, look, congrats, man, being able to open up another spot, man, during, you know, all this is going on in the world, man. That's super amazing. Is there anything else you got coming up on the horizon? Anything new happening post-COVID, post-opening, you know, that you want to share with the people?
No, right now, just the new store in Mountain Brook. Come see us, come support us, you know, working on some other things. But, you know, we'll hide that for a later
little later date.
Later date, you know, we'll get that out. But, you know, we'll use this time to say too, just, you know, with Black Women Appreciation Day, I think when you just think about the contents of America and why America is as powerful as America is, it boils down to centuries of free labor. So now when we talk about labor, you know, we all came from a woman. So Black women literally birthed the labor that built what is now the strongest country in the world. How, you know, like, and of course, who saves us again?
Black women.
It's Black women, you know. But the thing about that, you know, the economic empowerment, you think about it, if you got that PPP check, imagine if you got a PPP for 200 years, how ahead of the game would you be?
Exactly.
That's basically what, you know, when we talk about labor, you know, when they birthed the labor that built the country.
Absolutely. Hey, I couldn't say no better. I was gonna take my hat off and tip it, but I ain't got no haircut. I'm out here looking crazy, man. You know, COVID got me feeling myself, man.
My mom pressed it. I need to put a hat on.
Hey, man. Well, look, brother, I want to thank you, man. This has been long overdue for us to connect, man. I'm gonna drop my number in the green room so me and you could talk kind of offline. I definitely want to continue our conversation, getting to know each other, man, for real, man, from one brother to another.
Yes, sir.
Straight up.
Appreciate you for everything you do too, man. Like I said, always, I think it's important we give each other, the flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I always kind of admired you from far. You know how you handle yourself and the way you move and operate. And you know what I'm saying, it was very, admiring, to me. So just wanted to shout you out.
I appreciate that, man. Let the folks know how to find you, man. IG, Facebook, anything like that.
IG, The Real John Hall. Hit me up. And, check out Post Office Pass. Show us some love.
Absolutely.
And show every mom and pop in your city some love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mom and pop shops. Thank you. Yeah, we got to have you back on so we can talk about that.
Oh, man. All right.
Straight up. Yeah, we got to do this again for real, man. We might have to go over to Instagram and have just a longer discussion.
Oh, man. Let's bet it up.
Let's do it, man. Hey, look, big bro, cheers to you, man. Thank you for everything that you do. You know what I mean? Again, like you said, been admiring you from afar. I'm glad we had a chance to chop it up for a few minutes. And I'll be back. I'll be down in Birmingham soon. I got to come get one of them pieces.
Man, holler at me.
I got you. Cheers, bro. All right, everybody. That was my man, John Hall. Sometimes, you meet somebody that was your friend before they became your friend. That's kind of what just happened, man. So, I'm really looking forward to meeting my brother in person and talking with him soon, man. For real, that was an amazing talk, man. To hear his story, I didn't know he was as well traveled as he was. It was great, man. Like the one thing I'm learning, that my story and how I got into the game is very similar to a lot of other people that look like me and how they got into the game. We've all had very humble beginnings and really picked ourselves up by the bootstrap and worked super, super hard to get what we all are, man. So salute to all of us. Salute to all of you out there that's watching. I'm excited about our featured bartender. But before I get to our featured bartender, man, shout out to Thirsty. Shout out to Tara. I'm not going to say her last name because I don't want to mess it up. But shout out to our partner, Thirsty, who has been coming through with all the interviews, with all our featured bartenders, all the posts, all the pictures. I mean, she's been doing an amazing job. Guys, after you go follow Campari Community, please, by all means, go follow Thirsty and support that young lady as she's been supporting us, man. She is an amazing person. Me and her got a chance to get on her live the other day and hang out a little bit, man. And, I love Tara, and, I just want to see her be great. So since I want to see her be great, how about y'all help do it for me and helping me push my friend to be even greater than she already is. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't, say Thirsty enough on here. I usually do it on Instagram, but I want to live definitely show her some love and appreciation for everything she does for us over here and in pushing the culture forward. So salute to you again. Can't take my hat off because it looked bad up under here. So the beard already looks rough, but I did what I could do today. But salute to you, Tara. I love you and thank you. All right, so now we got the featured bartender. Yo, let me tell you something about this brother, man. When I first started moving into this whole, quote, air quotes, mixology thing, I always tell the story. I never saw too many people that look like me. And I was running around on Facebook, MySpace. It was MySpace days. It's way back, right? And I saw it was a brother in Alabama. Didn't know him, but he was kind of doing what I wanted to do, making cocktails, moving around, doing this thing. Didn't know him in person. This young man don't answer the phone that much, but I was hitting him up and just trying to get to know him, trying to meet him. And 2015, I went to Camp Run Amok, and we actually got to meet in person there. So without further ado, I want to introduce my personal OG, somebody who I have watched from afar and then became friends with them and was able to get closer to him, my brother, Eric Bennett.
What's going on? What's up,
man? What's happening, brother?
Everything's good. Everything's good.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, I'm good, man. I'm glad you're on, man. Like, I feel like you're the one of us because, you be moving like Kaiser Sose, man. We don't really know what you be having going on, but you be moving around and doing your thing, man. And it's like you're not, it's funny, like Frank Lucas said, the loudest one in the room, which is usually me. It's always that one quiet brother you got to watch in the back. And I feel like that's you, man. So I'm excited to have you on, man, for you to share your story with everybody.
All right, man. I'm so happy to be here. much respect to what you've been doing and what you've accomplished with Brown and Balance and just in the industry in general. So it's always happy. I'm always happy to connect with
Thank you, man.
other Black bartenders that are crushing it. Like y'all are this whole experience right now has been really what I needed after a long week of where you said you did not dive into the political ish. I was in there pretty strong. So it's been a long week, but this was definitely nourishment that I needed. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate you letting me be here.
No, man, bro, I appreciate you, man. Like, I can't wait for you to just share with people. I know some of your story, but I want you to just go ahead, man. The floor is yours to let the people know how you got into the industry, you know, how you moved through the industry into where you are now.
Yeah, you know, it's the tale as old as time as far as, you know, the bartending part of it goes. I was in college here in Birmingham, Alabama. That's where I'm from, born and raised. I was in college here in Birmingham, Birmingham Southern College or whatever. And needed to make some money because that's what you do when you're in college. You want to be self-sufficient and do all the things. And so I actually got a job at a corporate restaurant. You know, that was my, you know, intro into the industry. You know, it was a restaurant that my dad liked a whole lot. And I knew that they had a big staff, big dining room. So I was like, just, you know, in order to have this machine make sense, then, you know, we know the money's flowing through here. So let me see if I can get on and get a little bit for myself. And that was a great experience. I was there for 6 years and then got the opportunity to take over a small Italian restaurant that is fantastic and is still doing well. And was there for a few years and then got the opportunity to open effectively an English pub style bar / restaurant, I guess, but bar. And that was a really great experience as well. Able to bring in friends and other people into that situation to help me make that make sense, and sort of a crash course in really managing something from the ground up on the beverage side. And then, you know, I've kind of moved around here and there after that. Was able to join a great friend of mine, Steve Casey, and working at a venue bar that was really special at the time. And then took over started a program in a food hall here in Birmingham. I currently work at a phenomenal bar called the Atomic Lounge. Great friends allowed me the opportunity to sort of come in there and work, and that's been great. So, but yeah, so as far as, you know, on the bartending side of it, that's where I am. I have a business partner because in the last couple of years, we purchased a food truck, and so we run a food truck with American food with Southeast Asian flavor profiles, effectively, called Paradise Chow, and it's doing well. All in anticipation for sort of our next real move, which is opening up a bar here in the city. So, yeah, I guess when you say, like, I tend to be the quiet dude in the room. I like to sort of sit back and listen and see what people are doing and get a layer for what's really going on. And then, yeah, and I really don't talk about what's coming up until it's a done deal. So I've been fortunate enough to be a part of some really great programs. You know, I took the route of doing competitions and was able to do okay in that, and you know, never necessarily winning any national competition or anything like that, but one, the exposure, and two, the actual exposure of seeing other people in the industry sort of really understanding what it is to create cocktails, or to see how they run their businesses, or, you know, sort of getting that backstage pass because you were able to do something in a competition. That worked out really well for me. And, you know, it's a route that is precarious and full of a lot of pitfalls, but, like, I think it's one that works. And then, you know, on the other side of things, I looked at being a part of programs like Portland Cocktail Week and, you know, like Camp Run Amok and Tales of the Cocktail, even now, they are opportunities for me to really also see the industry, but in some ways give back and have a voice and really do what we can, especially as a Black dude from Birmingham, Alabama. Which the stigma for Alabama is tough. So,
Yeah, that was actually the next question, dog. That was I know you've been media trained, so I know you knew how to segue right into where I was going. So when I came down there, you were at the food hall when we were down there for Bar Institute.
Yeah.
Saw your element, super dope. And I actually, being from the North, like I read about Birmingham, all the stuff the historical things that happened there, but it felt like a myth, right? Like it didn't feel, I was like, it probably happened, but was it really that bad? And I got to spend about 3-4 days in Birmingham. I went to Selma, I went to Montgomery, I did all that, and I could feel it. Like, damn, it's heavy being Black here, even now in 2018, right? How is it being from Birmingham, being in the South, with all the things, like you said, the stigmas that are attached to Alabama, and being a Black bartender who, until I met your sister, y'all was the only 2 Black bartenders in Alabama I knew. How was it navigating through your career? You know what I mean? Becoming as who you are? Because like we already knew you were dope, but like, how was it? Was it barriers? Like what were some things you probably had to fight through, and how'd you overcome them?
I think ultimately, it's a thing that is not just exclusive to bartending. In Birmingham, you sort of, especially for me, I was fortunate enough, or my experience was that I got to live sort of 2 experiences. I went to a pretty mixed like elementary, middle school, and then went to a predominantly white high school. But I also went to like the second largest Black church in the city. So like you get this like mix of, the whole idea of code switching, like that is a thing that it's not a thing I learned. It just was life. Like you're like, oh, this is how you act here. This is how you act there. And I think that's one of the things for me that has become important and was important, was sort of finding what my actual voice is and like who I am independent of everything else, outside of that and what I stand for. And so, I think what was great about on some level, it's treading those lines of, are you in this position because you're skilled and are doing it? Or are you in this position because like, hey, you're like the one, then we can say diversity, it's like, okay. And if it is the latter, then I'm getting my foot in the door so that in theory, we can open it up. So it's not just, oh, you're the one diversity. It's not a tokenism thing. It's we're really going to like invite Black people to do these things. And we're going to have that diversity actually be real. If we can, but it's also like, okay, well, if it's also that tokenism thing, I understand that this is a transactional relationship. So I'm getting what I can get and then I'm getting out of here for what it is. And, I think the biggest hurdles always like in Birmingham itself, I think in fine dining, there's not a lot of Black faces at all anywhere. It's dope to have a John Hall and in our city who has been there and done that and like is both a great friend and resource, but also is someone that's like, hey, I've been through these doors. But it's I think the heaviness that comes from that civil rights background ultimately is, we're still fighting, I just to kind of segue in a weird way to talk about that. We looked at, I looked at sort of the voting counts, unofficial voting counts for Jefferson County, for the Birmingham metro area, for Doug Jones, who is the senator that we had in Alabama, Democratic senator who lost his seat to a Republican former football coach.
Yeah, wasn't he the Auburn coach?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it's real crazy, man. So we live in a city where, like, and don't get me wrong, like Jefferson County, voted overwhelmingly for Doug Jones. But we live in a city, and especially a state, that said, oh, I mean, he's a football coach, so I guess he can do Senate stuff. Where instead of saying, oh, this like actual seasoned lawyer who's become a politician who actually fought for civil rights and prosecuted the perpetrators of the bombing at 60th Street Baptist Church, like all of these things that make sense for you to be like, oh, this is your guy. They were having it on this second go round, which is crazy. But like, so there's that always exists. It's always around. And, you know, sometimes it makes you not want to be like, oh, you know, you gotta kind of shrink down a little bit. It shrinks you down a little bit. But then I think especially in the last year, across the city, across all disciplines, I mean, having a young Black mayor, having like people in government and like that are pushing for the betterment of the city and the people who live in it across all spectrums, you know, that weight gets lifted pretty.
Word. Yeah, I feel like, you know, not to make this the political show, but like, you know, right. I'm not really into politics. Like I said, this is my first time I ever voted. You know what I mean?
Heard. Congratulations, man. We appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. That's what's up.
You know, but it was like, I feel like the Republicans, them people on the other side that ain't on our side, they feel like if they lose it now, they never getting it back because they're all starting to age out. You know what I mean? And there's so much new progressive young leaders coming up that it's going to change the way the entire world is. And I feel like they're fighting so hard that they'll take an idiot and let him be their face just so they can hold on to it. So, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, power is everything. And so when it comes to like, you know, I'm wearing this old school Atlanta Parked in This Gill shirt for that. Cause like, you know, in Atlanta, that's what Stacey Abrams has done. She, you know, registered 800,000 people to vote, 40% plus Black, 40% plus young. And I mean, that's who came out and voted and allowed for you know, Georgia to right now be a blue state, which is crazy. And it's a thing that I have hope for in Alabama, being in Birmingham and seeing that progressive movement. But like racism ain't going anywhere. And so, you know, or it should be. We want it to go somewhere, but like I think Donald Trump is a example or a symptom. He's not the cause of all this. He's just he's like all of this stuff is baked in, and so it's going to take a lot for us to continue to dismantle. It's an everyday fight in the industry for representation, outside of the industry. You know, it's what we have to do.
Word. Well, look, to bring it to a little lighter note, man.
Yeah,
you're doing the bartender thing. You got the food truck, man. You're a married man, family man. Congrats on nephew. I haven't seen him yet. I gotta get down there, come hang out with him. He came out with
for sure.
Cool drunk Uncle Josh. You know what I'm saying? You can hang out with him. I'm really big on like work-life balance, right? Like when I went to Birmingham, I actually taught a class on Bar Institute about, you know, I have 3 kids. You know, they're bigger now, so I don't have as much. Like it's not as hands-on as I was when they were smaller. How are you balancing, man, all that you got going on?
It's a lot. Thank goodness. I mean, Jess is here. She's my wife is phenomenal, as Black women are. And so you know, shout out. And I think ultimately, you know, what's been great is like, so he's a 2-year-old. He's super inquisitive, leaning into saying no to everything. Like he's like living his best life right now. It's great. You know, and I think, you know, for me in my career right now, I'm also in this weird transition phase, which has allowed me a little bit more extra time, especially during the week, to interact with him and like be hands-on and do that. Whereas on the weekends, I'm bartending, and, you know, certain days he still goes to a daycare where he is, or like essentially at school, so where he's, you know, getting some of that as well. But like, you know, I think the balance has been great. The way we've been able to achieve that balance so far has been a lot of trading off, a lot of, you know, making that make sense, so that when I'm at work and I have the opportunity to do work things, then like I'm there. And then when I'm home, it's like all hands on deck. So if it's, you know, I get home at whatever time on Saturday morning and it's like, cool, we're gonna go to the zoo, right, well, it's 10 o'clock. Let's go. Like, we're gonna make that happen because it's important for. I mean, if my wife took him to the zoo on her own, that would be fine. But like, I think all of our being there is as important to him as as just being at the zoo in general. And so I think that's been that part of especially COVID has been actually really nice because we've been able to easier balance that because we're at home. We're here when we're here. As I move into this next project that's coming up for me, it is a concern where I know that I'm gonna have a lot of hours logged in at work. It's something that my wife and I and my business partner, my work husband, we talk about all the time. Where it's like we're the change is going to be significant, and so we just want to I want to make sure that I can carve out specific periods during the week to where I have time with my son and we're hanging out and it's real and we can read and play and do all that as well as work. It's a hard thing, and it's a thing that it's probably the thing that I'm most trepidatious about, like I said, moving forward. But
hey, well, look, if you have any tips, man, I did it right. They still alive, so I did it.
Hey, there you go.
Call me if you need me, dog. I can help you out, as much as I can, bro. You know what I mean? So I got 1 to 18, 1 to 12, and 1 to 10. So
heard.
You're doing right.
Yeah, you did that, so that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, let me know something.
Yeah, I got you, dog. Hey, so before we get out of here, man, I really wanted to tell the people. So we always talk about the infamous Black people photo at Camp Run Amok in 2015.
Yeah, what's up?
So it was only 7 of us, and 2 of us are on this call right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but we've grown that picture a lot.
Man.
You want to share with the people like the idea, how we came up with it, and what you feel about it, how important it was and how it's grown since?
Man, it's a thing where, when we look back, both for camp, for like, that sort of bled into also taking the picture of Portland Cocktail Week, and like really anytime 2 or more are gathered, it's like let's document it for ourselves and for the people, and let's let people know that we are in here. We are doing this thing. It's been, for me, it really is like seeing that growth, that number increase, and that like footprint of where everybody is also increase and like become as the man, it's everything. Like I think again, looking forward and trying to figure out as a business owner, how do you in an industry that is in a lot of ways as insularly white as the food and beverage industry can be, how to make sure that you leave space and make space and create space for fellow Black people to get on. And so that's like the growth, what we're doing, which is what we're doing everywhere, but it's just so dope to see Black bartenders just like coming through and crushing it, coming through and learning and getting better and challenging the status quo in these cocktail competitions and challenging these best bars and best restaurants and coming through. Like, I mean, as has been said earlier, even today, we started all this, so like it's time for us to get back.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to see it. It's
absolutely,
great.
Man. Well, look, bro, before we start crying, it's just
I'm saying, man,
we're gonna move around. Hey, man, look, let the people know how to find you. Again, y'all, don't call Eric; he's not gonna answer. So,
yeah, calling is not good, but you can email. That's what's up. But I'm Bama Viper 1 across all social media. If it's I'm not technically on TikTok, so don't steal my name. But one day apparently I need to do that. So yeah. Beyond that, there's that. Definitely check out Paradise Chow. That's our food truck. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this thing. Check out Continental Drift. I'm gonna say that, and then I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to always to chop it up with you, my man.
Yeah, always, brother. You somebody I always looked at, man. Like I said, it was you and Gene. And thank God I looked at you more than I looked at Gene.
It's all right. We doing it.
Outside of my own city, like I saw y'all, man. Again, man, hey, cheers to you, man. You know what I mean? Hey. Roll Tide. You know what I mean? All that.
Hey, Roll Tide forward ever.
Yeah. Hey, I love you. I appreciate everything you're doing, man. You know, you even got your little sister. She with us now. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all that you do, man. Everything you stand for. You know, anything you need from me, you know, I ain't nowhere but an hour and a half flight away. So
that's what I'm saying. It's a direct flight. You're here. We can make that happen. Like,
absolutely,
I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Birmingham. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, y'all. That was an amazing show today, yo. Hold on, I got it. That was an amazing show. That was wow. That's all I can say is just wow, man. I mean, we every week we do this, it gets better. So before we get out of here, I definitely want to say thank you, Campari. Hey guys, you know the drill. Campari community, follow them. Please follow them. They are helping make this happen. I owe them the world for them to be able to put this platform together so that we can share these stories and share these amazing people with you. If you're not following me, follow me at Brown and Balanced on Instagram. We do a pre and post show after every one of these. So at about 2:26 in about 20 minutes, I'll be going live on there for the post show. We can do a recap, talk about today, and speak with some other brown and black bartenders on there. Also, everyone who got out and got one of the Normalized Black Bartender t-shirts, thank you. You helped me and a friend of mine put 45 people to the polls. Teespring Normalized Black Bartenders tee, the link is there. I have unlocked it. They are unlimited amounts of those shirts. You can order as many as you like. Some of the proceeds will go now since we're in November, and it is going to be a very different holiday. Some of the proceeds will be going toward feeding the homeless and helping out people that might not be able to have a family and have food. We're gonna put some plates together with a couple of friends of mine, and we're gonna do some catering. I'm gonna get on the grill, and we're gonna do some things. So by all means, if you have not ordered yourself a shirt, order one. It might be a new shirt coming out soon, maybe a hoodie. I'm gonna keep that under wraps. Y'all will know when I put it out and I drop the link. Black women, yo, we love y'all. Thank you. Y'all put us on y'all back once again, and y'all riding. We're riding y'all coattails, man, to the promised land. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be better. At showing love. Check me when I'm wrong. I'm sure a lot of my brothers feel the same way. Lush Life, thank you. None of this would be possible without you guys. That fateful night back in 2017 when I woke Brittany up and got yelled at for waking her up because she loves to sleep. With this idea of doing Brown and Balance, you guys believed in it from the beginning. Thank you. I owe you guys the world again. Y'all, you know what it is. Y'all know what it is. From everybody over there, from me to y'all, we are family and we're doing this together. So I appreciate you for everything you're doing, guys. Always we're gonna end racism. I don't have nothing else to tell the people. If we have anybody left in the green room, if you guys want to come back on screen and come and hang out with us. Stina's still here. She's not doing no sit-ups.
Yeah, right. Get it?
Yo, I'll keep talking, man. If y'all want to leave the people with anything, man, before we get out of here.
Just keep going.
Thank y'all checking us out. We got this.
Stop having this on.
Yeah,
word.
Keep going.
Yo, I appreciate all y'all, man. Thank y'all for being a part of this. It's like I said, I got 2 new friends and I got my OG. This has been a great day for me to hang out with all you guys. So I appreciate you all for taking the time out today. All right.
No doubt.
All right, y'all. We getting out of here, y'all. Everybody, tune in. 11:20 will be a Thanksgiving version of Brown and Balance Live. We'll have the homie. If y'all don't know him, we're going to have Mike Jones from Atlanta on, and it's going to be a hell of a show. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Mike Jones.
Mike who? Yeah. The homie on, dog. Yeah.
Sorry, watch out, man.
Yeah, if y'all haven't talked to Mike, remember in CB4, when the one dude went super Pan-African, that's Mike Jones. It's going to be a hell of a show. That's all I can tell you.
It's good people.
Everybody tune in, man. Outside of that, man, I'm out. Everybody, Peace. We'll see y'all on the 20th.